Good morning, everyone. It's Trader Rob. Today is Tuesday, January 13th. Obviously, we had some pretty strong high-impact news here with CPI data that came out at 7:30 a.m. Central Time. Actually caused one of our signals to enter in on gold that hit for TP1 and TP2. So great morning, great start to the morning for the signal members there. On the NQ, small pocket here. This was pretty much the origination, or I should say maybe the outcome candle of the CPI news here on the NQ. There is a small area of unbalanced volume sitting up here, but again, I don't put a lot of weight into this unbalanced volume on news events or news candles. So this is not an area. I just kind of want to see how the market does react here, if we do sweep these highs or if we do react from here to the downside. So we'll kind of take a look at that. Gold's got a setup at the 4590.2, targeting the 4592.1 and the 4594 with a stop at the 4586.1. So this is a setup I'm looking at in gold. Again, entry at the 4590.2. TP1 would be 4592.1 and TP2 would be 4594 with a stop at the 4586.1. So we'll kind of keep that one on the lookout, and we'll see what we could possibly get here on the NQ. ES really doesn't really have much yet right now. A little tougher on the ES to find some good setups. Morning, Steve. And the signals have been pretty much killing it. I think we're on 8 signals in a row in my signal service group here, all TP1 gold today, TP1, TP2. The ES, TP1, TP2, NQ, TP1, TP2, NQ, TP1, TP2. The ES, TP1, TP2, gold, TP1, TP2, ES, TP1, NASDAQ, TP1, gold, TP1, TP2. Oh, that's about 8 signals right there just in a row that have smashed the take profits, which is nice. All right, again, I just kind of want to see what the reactionary point here is going to be on the NQ. Not something I'd necessarily be looking to take a trade at right here. Kind of want to let price action develop here a little more. Well, Steve, it sounded like you were about to say something nice, but retracted it. Hopefully you're not mad. Greg, good morning. Marcella, good morning. Chris, good morning. Keith, good morning. John, good morning. Nordic, good morning. Wendy, good morning. Rob, good morning. Chris, good morning. I don't see Michael on. Thought he was the first one on. He might be working. Coach Cleats, good morning. Steve, that's awesome, man. Just wanted to say thanks for playing a big part of me funding one of my Apex accounts yesterday. That's amazing. Had a pretty good interaction with Apex's customer support. I did one of my bonehead moves that I just got to get better at. But so I was trading with 11. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. I was trading with 11 PAs, and I even put this out in the, I don't know if it was in the Signal group or in Discord. I think it was a Signal group, that I believed that I had passed 10 PAs on like Thursday or Friday of last week. I think it was Thursday. And, you know, so I was telling people, well, now that would, if I activate them all, it would be 21, which is over their 20 PA limit. So I'm like, you know, I guess I'm just gonna have to keep that one in on as a reserve. Well, I didn't pass 10. I actually passed 11. And for those of you that use Apex quite often, you know what I'm talking about with their dashboard, that there's a delay there when you activate your PA. So I was just going through the motions, and I'm like, all right, I'll just make sure to leave that one PA off, and or that one eval. I won't activate that to a PA. I did. So I left one, but I was really supposed to leave two. So I did get to the 21. I did breach a rule there. So I went on to Grok and just asked it what its recommendations were. And the saving grace from all of the comments that I hear, let's just see what price action's doing here. It said do not trade that 21st PA account and let them know ASAP that it was a mistake. So I did that to customer support. I sent them an email. I think it was either on Friday or Saturday. And the funny thing is that Grok was the one that even found that I had made that mistake, because I'm not going to get into my risk management of the groupings and stuff like that, but because it's a pretty long story. But Grok was reviewing the spreadsheet that I had created, and there's like, hey, you've got 21 PA accounts in this list, and you know, per the rules that I see on the website, you should only have 20, which I thought was pretty cool. Man, if this gives me a red footprint candle, I would be very, 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 very intrigued here. Very intrigued. I did say I didn't want to trade this area, but this has got great positive delta. If this flips to a red, I almost feel like you kind of have to take this trade. Let's take a look here. I'd much rather it sweep. Oh, man. Oh, I wanted to take that so bad. I wanted to take that short so bad, but I'm glad that I listened to myself on this one. This is not an area that I was really fond of just because of that news candle. That's a lot of unbalanced area there. But great delta flip there. Let's see. So my stop would have been pretty much right. These are 15-point candles. So my stop would have been right here, and I would have been targeting 15 points. Good. Good no trade. Yeah, I like it. I like it. All right, but now we do have something a little interesting here. Good amount of volume sitting right there as well. Let's see, let's see. Seems like all the action's right above here. It's right above my my unbalanced volume area here. Yeah, not the greatest right here. Not the greatest setup right there. I think I gotta bag that one. You know what? Shit, let's just leave it up and see what happens. I like to see what kind of reactions we get. We got a pretty good volume cluster right there. So I sent them an email, and they didn't respond to me over the weekend, and they didn't respond to me yesterday, and I was starting to get a little worried because I was seeing that some of the results could be, it is one of their hard rule breaches, and I was concerned that they might actually cancel all my PAs, which I saw could be a possibility there. Okay, no confirmation for me there. I did say that I saw the interest right above it, so let's see if how this reacts here. So this morning they said that they deleted that account. That obviously they acknowledged that I broke a rule. I think the big thing is you letting them know before, and do not trade on that account. I guess most people, 99% of the population, isn't going to make the mistake that I made, because I can be an idiot sometimes. But so they deactivated it, but they left it as a past PAs, a past eval. So I mean, I've got two past evals that I could kind of go into reserves if I end up blowing any of the accounts. But yeah, that was my story for Apex. But their customer support, I thought, was great. They said that, you know, it's a one-time exception, that they saw that there was no activity on that account. And luckily, it was the last account that I had purchased that I did not even take a trade on. Actually, there was about 3 or 4 of them that were just not in my grouping of my risk management, kind of my staggered approach to my PAs, or all my funded accounts, I should say. So I had a little bit of luck, and it was genuinely an honest mistake. Coach Cleats, I know. I sent out the email. It's another tech issue with GoDaddy. So on Sunday, I was ready to send it out right after I did my video. And then every time I would click on the send out it's a newsletter, but it's not really a newsletter. It's pretty much just, well, I guess you could call it a newsletter. It said that it was only sending it out to 5 unique email addresses, and there's over 2,000 people on that list. And I kept doing it, and I was like, what the hell? So I ended up calling customer support, which GoDaddy has a fantastic customer support as well. But they were not available over the weekend. That particular division is not. They're just their like website support and email support mainly on the weekends. So They asked me to call back yesterday, which I did not. After my post session on my Signal service group, I had to get off to work. But today, if I get some time, I will definitely see if I can send that out. I don't know why I'm looking at this chart so much here. There's good reaction there off that area. I got a possible setup here in gold. Let's go here. Let's get these marked off here. All right, nice little setup here in gold. Entry at the 4629.7, targeting the 4631.5, and TP2 at the 4633.2, with a stop at the 4625. I do like this one. I don't know where my order went. Okay, that was kind of strange. Let's adjust this guy. And seems like everything in gold seems to everything in gold on my chart seems to lag like crazy on NinjaTrader, which I'm not happy about. It seems like everybody else is having the same issue on NinjaTrader with gold. Right. All right, so we'll see. Let's take a look back at the NQ here. Keep an eye on that one. Switch over to the 1 minute. See what happens here. Let's see if we get a footprint or not. Morning, Key. I'm looking at possibly taking a short here. Let's see. Yeah, kind of missed the move there. Kind of missed the move there. I would have already probably been in my profit zone. All right, that's one. Let's go. All right. Nice trade there. 15 points. Let's take a look at gold. Let's see what gold's doing. Okay, it reacted there. Let's go into my footprint confirmation now that I've got some time here. Got my coffee cup in the way. So we're in gold right now. Taking a look at taking along at the 4629.7 ish. See where I can get a footprint confirmation at. Nice little trade there on the NQ to start the morning. It's a quick one. keep seeing what the NQ's doing here. All right, let's adjust this guy. Get rid of this in the NQ. Don't need him anymore. Back to gold. Juno, could you explain your whole thought process? So yeah, there was some a bigger pocket of unbalanced volume when I see areas where that have two very close unbalanced pockets between each other. It makes those entries a little bit more difficult to pinpoint. So in those scenarios where you just kind of see a big gray shaded area, at that point, I'm looking at just taking a footprint confirmation from that area where I can see that even though that there is positive delta coming in, that footprint candle still turned red, which is a big flip, and it's a very good indication of a short-term reversal, depending on what time frame you're looking at, but typically enough for 15 to 20 points. Nothing on the ES yet. I'll be right back. Man, I don't know if gold's gonna even let me go to the washroom. This might come quick. So Eugene had a comment that I agree with 100%. He said, well, why does the dashboard allow you to purchase 21 PAs when they know that that's a rule break? Very good question. Obviously, I think that's on a lot of people's minds as to why that's there, but so yeah, that is not the greatest. But I'm happy with the outcome at least. Ticking, I got a notification last night that Tradevate was having some issues with opening and closing positions, gold and silver micros. I haven't seen an update if it was resolved. Well, I'm on Ninja, but I know that props are on Tradevate, so I guess we're gonna find out right now. These are my leaders on the minis, but the followers are all on micros, so we'll see. All right, let's see if we get any type of confirmation here or not. Okay, quick dip. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. yet. This one looks like it's looking for liquidity here. Pretty cheap trade here right now, though. It looks like I did get a footprint confirmation right there. All right, let's see what happens here. Let's bring this stop up. Did get a footprint confirmation there. Pretty strong move into that liquidity pool there, though. Let's see if we get a quick bounce here. Yeah, I think I'd be even happy with TP1 here. Let's see. Hopefully it doesn't come after me. Yeah, it looks like they want the liquidity at the bottom here. Shoot. Shoot or shoots. And let's see if they sweep now. Pretty cheap trade from where I got in at. But loser's a loser. Don't like that. All right, so let's put in a loser for gold. So that knocks my 8 signal winning streak there from signal service on that one. And the funny thing is that this area right up here, of course, it's where it gets the reaction. I think I gotta increase my targets and I gotta increase my stops just a little bit, which I'm getting the vibes here. But as far as marking out where these things react at on gold is fucking on point. All right, let me get this one out of the way. Close out that signal. All right, that's done. Let's get rid of this guy. We'll keep looking. Gold has another. Let me see here. No, it does not. Thing kind of an interesting area here, and shit, what's that one? Let's see here. Kind of an interesting area right here on the NQ. Let's just see what it wants to do here. All right, hopefully I'm back. I don't know, my recording software crashed and I missed a nice one right there. Missed a nice one right there. Let me know if I'm back. Let's see. Now you're back. Okay. Those on YouTube, if you guys just let me know if I'm back on, I'm back live. Not sure what the hell happened there. Actually, I got an idea. Well, that crash cost me 15 points. Thanks, Key. Morning, Arshak. What stock do you think will be the biggest winner? Just from everything I hear, I don't think you can go wrong in the AI sector. I think the AI is going to just completely revolutionize it's just going to disrupt a lot of industries in the next couple of years. So long term, I think that's a great sector to be in. Dang it, man. I missed the 15-pointer. Took a loss in gold. I love Tesla. I mean, I love their cars. As far as the Tesla car automobile stock, I don't know. That one we're kind of a wait and see. But the different sectors that they're in with SpaceX and the AI and the robotic side of things, I mean that stock is just going to continue to soar. I mean, as much as I don't want a Terminator in my house, I think that would be pretty freaking awesome. I want SpaceNet to get into my house. But just the applications of it is pretty insane. Medical, caregiving, maintenance, everyday chores, medical, pharmacy. It could get into every single sector. Yeah, you're probably hit the AI bubble will bust, but it's just too big of a unless regulation comes and somehow kills it, which there's possibility of that, but in general, what was I going to say? In general, there's just too many applications for that industry to not thrive for the next decade. All right, so we got about 19 minutes here for IB to be set. It's true. I mean, it's going to be the future, man. Yeah, no, I know. We're definitely not at Skynet yet, but the similarities of the beginning stages are eerily concerning. It's funny because you start hearing now, I watch a lot of TED Talks with people in the AI sector, and a lot of the original founding architects of AI, which is a pretty broad term, but if you hear them speak, that they're the ones that are the most worried, which is gotta give people something to think about. Because we look at it as all the positive applications, but if you can also look at it in in military, I mean, United States for the last 60, 70 years has had, obviously the most military might, the best technology, the best everything when it comes to military spending, um, training, equipment. But if AI can, you get a country that says, all right, well, I want to develop a fighter jet that can be undetected and that can compete with, our 35 that we have and the stealth bombers and stuff like that. Eventually AI in the next year is going to be able to not only replicate what's out there, but they're going to be able to develop materials that we never even knew was possible or existed. And that's the scary part, because now the playing field is going to get leveled out very, very quickly between countries. And, there's a lot of applications there that people don't think about. But I think the founding architects of AI have figured out that it could be pretty dangerous. It's like you outweigh the benefits, and then you get the financial aspect where, people are obviously going to be making shit ton of money off of it. And it's hard when greed steps in. You don't necessarily look at the best for the world. You're looking sometimes the best for your pocketbook. The problem with Juno, the problem with thinking that the Tesla stock is too high, or pretty much any stock like Nvidia, or you just kind of have to go back in time. And when Nvidia was trading at $50, people thought it was way too expensive, and then when it was at 100, it was too expensive, and then 150, and then a stock split, and then it goes right back up to the 150. So you just have to. For my long-term investments, I have a very simple approach, and I've done this for the last 25 years. If there's a company that I use that I like, I invest in it. It's as simple as that. I don't really look at the financials or the they could be bad or good. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm Warren Buffett by any means, because I'm damn for sure not. And over the last 25 years, obviously, no matter what you pick, you probably did all right, as long as you're not in and out at every single dip. But if the company is one that I like, I will generally try to put my money in. And I'm looking at it from like not just the product, like from the customer support to the branding, the actual products, the ease of use, how their marketing is. And if all those look like they're on par, then do a long-term invest, dollar cost average into it. Yeah, no, Eugene said, there's a test, there's a benchmark test on when AI is going to surpass the human intelligence aspect of it. And the crazy part of that stack, because I've done a lot of, like I said, I'm just kind of a nerd when it comes to that. The crazy part is that, and I can't remember now what the scale was, 35% or something like that. It took about 5 years for them to increase about like 5%. But only in the last year, they've increased like 20%, leaving a small gap of like 10% remaining for them to breach the threshold of human intelligence. And if you hear a lot of the founders of those, they're all saying that within the next year, possibly year and a half, 18 months, it will cross that threshold of human intelligence. And that's the unknown. You know, that's who the fuck knows what's going to happen there. Dude, I ain't no financial advisor, and I'm not giving financial advice, but I would just say the easiest approach is, you know, if you try timing markets, typically that approach doesn't work out too well. Just stay consistent in the company that you like, or the fund that you like, or the ETF or mutual fund. Um, you shouldn't really be sizing up or sizing down during, you know, areas of pullbacks and things like that, because that's the way you get hurt. If you stay steady throughout the entire course, you know, that's what dollar cost averaging is. I mean, that's pretty much what it's meant for to do, not changing that dollar costing. Key, it's scary, but it's also exciting. You know, I mean, it's exciting now. It could be very fucking scary in the next couple of years. Um, you know, and my son right now is picking colleges, and you know, he's thinking about what he wants to do. Um, and you know, I told him, I'm like, listen, the job market when you get out of school in the next 4 years is going to be very different than what it is today. And there's going to be, let's see if I can, give me 1 second. Let's see if I can find anything here. I don't like this little rebalance move that they just did right there. I'm going to put a circle on this little guy right here. We got to be careful of this. So on this scenario right here, let me just put this line here so we have a reference point. So in this particular area that I'm interested in, don't like this so much here, but I think I'm in an area right here of some pretty nice unbalanced volume. What I could see occurring that you have to be very, very careful with. So we make a move here, 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 here. Right there. Actually, if I can increase this just a bit, that could be a possible outcome right there. So again, I'll put my footprint confirmation on when we get in there, that 25,937 area. We'll see what comes out of it. All right, give me 1 sec. NQ's kind of making in the move into this area. Let's see what they've left in their tracks. That's a pretty strong move to the downside, though. Let's take a look at the ES. Let's get the initial balance. Let's get that one ready. And let's take a look here on the ES. Nothing great on the ES still. Kind of take a look at that area here. NQ should consolidate a little bit. Let's see. All right, let's see if they want to continue this move here down. So I got to agree with Todd Lewis's comment, and we're talking about AI. I talked about this yesterday with my Signal member group. Over the weekend, I embarked in a pretty good, nice project on with Grok. I pay for the Grok AI service, because it's integrated into my Tesla and all that, and I think it's pretty fucking awesome. But what I did was, I've got currently 24 funded accounts and 2 cash accounts that I trade with. So I gave Grok the assignment. I think I did this on Saturday. And I said, okay, so these are the account numbers. I just created a simple spreadsheet. These are the account numbers, and what I'd like to do is I'd like to develop a system to stagger my funded accounts. I want to group them in groups of, I think at the time I did 5, and then I increased it, so I only had 3 groups. So I think it's groups of like 6 or 7 accounts. And, I put in all of my balances, all of my maximum profit areas or levels that so I can do the trailing drawdown accurately. And I told them, I'm like, based on, I want to develop a risk management on the position sizing of these accounts. And my goal is to take, to take out payouts every 2 weeks. And I let it think, and it came back with a pretty awesome strategy. Well, not strategy, but plan. And I implemented it. I've spent like 5 hours Saturday night working on it, and it helped me create a spreadsheet. It's got like 6-7 tabs on it. That's got like an overview, a daily tracker, a payout tracker. And the nice thing is that it separated my accounts. Because the way I was trading before was I was just copy trading, my 20 PAs, my Tradeify, my funding ticks. Sorry about that. It was copy trading all of them, on every single trade. And by staggering them into a 3-day schedule, so Group A, or Group 1, I should say, trades on Monday and Wednesday. Group 2 trades Tuesday, Thursday, and then Group 3 trades Friday, Monday, and then you just kind of repeat with that. And the beauty of that is that, like yesterday, I was up. That was the only trades I took was live on stream. I was up $1,045 for that Group 1. And so that group 1 grew an equity of 0.25%. And, you know, you put in the numbers and this thing was just, you know, it does all the formulas and everything. It won't do the spreadsheet for you, which I think would be freaking awesome. But, you know, all I got to do is I take a screenshot of my spreadsheet, and this is kind of a weird area for the IB low, in my opinion. It seems very, very suspicious here, unless we can get maybe a decent pullback. I'd like to see buyers get kind of fooled here, thinking that this might be the move up, where then we can start to see liquidity here, because as of right now, it just doesn't seem like a very logical spot for the IB low. Meaning that I don't necessarily think that there's gonna be a huge buildup of volume there. Let me see what let's see what Bookmap is showing me here. Still a little light. We'll see what happens here. And then just to kind of go back into my story here. So the beauty of it is that, you know, by grouping your funded accounts, you are obviously diversifying your risk on your portfolio. And, you know, if you've got a bad day on Monday, it doesn't affect all of them. If you have a revenge trading day for some reason, if that's still built into your psychology, if you like it or not, you know, it doesn't destroy all of your accounts. And the beauty of the staggered part of it is that obviously if you're a profitable trader and you've got an edge and you can win, you know, once you get past like that 5 or 6 week period, you know, the beauty of the secondary goal that I told it was that I wanted, you know, bi-monthly pay or bi-weekly. Is it bi-weekly or bi-monthly? I think it's bi-weekly. So every 2 weeks to be able to get a payout. And the nice thing about the staggered approach is that, you know, 5 accounts or 7 accounts go into a funded stage, and then, you know, the next day you trade, and then they're just constantly trading on different days. It's I thought it was pretty damn ingenious. So I think it's a good way to kind of diversify your risk. You're not putting all your eggs in one basket. I've got Tradeify, Funding Ticks, PAs all mixed into each other. And then I got my cash accounts attached to it. And then the one thing that I did that Grok did not recommend, but I still did it. Hopefully I don't get bit in the butt on it. So Monday group 1 yesterday. So I was trading on my Rob Live secondary accounts. Today I'm trading on Rob Live main accounts. But on Wednesday, so every third day, I'm using both of the cash accounts. So it actually said it's not the best way to do it, but I kind of felt like I was going to override his recommendation on that one. So, and I guess why I get it, what he's saying is, you know, if yesterday I was up $125 in cash on that one trade that I took, today I'm up, it's got to be like $30, $40 live I'm up 46.70. So gross was 55 with that loss in gold. If it were before that, I was up probably $130. So like, you know, I'm up yesterday, I'm up today separately on those 2 accounts. Now, tomorrow, if I take a loser, I kind of wipe out those 2 days, where if you still stick to one, you're still going to be green no matter what. Well, depending, I guess, on how many losses you have. So that was the one little thing that I did. I'm used to always trading 2 cash accounts anyways on all of my trades, how I copy trades, so it's not like the end of the world for me. Granted, if you have a winning day on Wednesday, then those accounts are looking fantastic, or I should say my cash accounts are looking good. 25. Well, damn. I should have been looking at the ES. That was a nice one right there. Son of a bitch. Let's see. Is there anything there? Yeah, there sure was. Great footprint confirmation. Okay. Missed that guy. Spotted that one pretty damn nicely. And now I'm back onto this. Let's do here. What happened when I get deep into a thought. I get tunnel vision, which should be pretty freaking hard to do with all these monitors staring me right in the face, but I'm not perfect. I just kind of feel like it's a weird spot for the IB here today. 815s are coming in a little stronger. This chart looks kind of ugly when I have the IB indicator on, but yeah, AP, I hear you, man. Can't hear sounds? What do you mean? Can't hear me? Yeah, my mic's going. Desktop music is going. All right, I got my 15-point ATM strategy set. Let's see. Man, this coffee mug is bothering me. I don't know. You ever get that gut feeling in your... I'm kind of getting this gut feeling here on this IB trade. This, to me, does not look like a logical area for the IB. I guess maybe I shouldn't overthink everything. Damn, gold left a nice little pocket. See what happens here. That weird feeling in my gut that this is trappy right here. This just did not seem to me like an illogical spot for the IB. It looks like it's kind of priming itself too for a move here. And shit, gold. So this is what I saw in gold, but didn't really have a good time to map out my targets. Kind of a big stop too. All right. Oh, I'm all over the place here. Let me get back into it. Thank you. Let me work on this guy here. So gold right now, I probably got a footprint confirmation there. We did. Well, we just missed that area right there though. Let me load this up as a TP. Stop loss. NQ. Don't want to see them take out this 4621. I'd rather see them come into this zone just a little bit stronger here. All right, there was a tap. All right, where can I put my targets here? Kind of a pretty big stop here, but let's see if we get a quick move here. Let's see what the NQ's doing. NQ's got a pocket right here too that looks pretty interesting. Taking a look at gold. Don't want to see it retesting this 4629 area. So I'm going to get, I know my risk to reward here is going to look like shit, but I don't mind getting into this trade again at the 4629 area. So that's where I'm going to cut my risk at. Or I should say that's what I'm going to try to target, the 4621. Would have liked a little bit of a stronger reaction there. Okay, let's get into the NQ. Let's just see what's going on here. Come on, gold. Could see some resistance right here at the 46.23. I'll let that one kind of play out. Let's see how this IB here now. Let's see how this IB looks. If we get any type of confirmation here. All right, there's a tap. There was a confirmation. Did get a footprint confirmation there. All right, let's see. Oh shit, a lot of negative delta there. A lot of negative delta there. Didn't like that. I was kind of hoping to wait for the bigger footprint here. I didn't like that at all. I like that. Let's go. Just take it. Just take it, buddy. Take it, take it, take it, take it. Take it, take it, take it. Nice. Okay, that one's done. 15 points there. And now I got this guy that's giving me issues. This one's gonna give me some issues now. The only area that I got is the 46.29. Let's update the trade result counter. 3 wins there. Come on, just take it, buddy. Just take it. Just got to get past this 46.23 and then we should see a, there we go. Should see a strong reaction move there. Let's go. Take it. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Let's go. Closed out everywhere. Sure am. Let's go. Hit the like on the stream if you took that one or if you watched it take it. Let's go. IB trade, gold trade. That's what I'm talking about. Good morning. Good morning. All right, now let's see this NQ. This could be possible right here now too. Again, I don't like that little sweep right there, but let's see. I definitely don't want to be greedy. I'm up 1,800 already today. No footprint confirmation there anyways. That IB trade was, oh wait. Oh, see, look. So this IB trade, this footprint ended up flipping. Look how nicely that one flipped. So when I saw with the negative thing, I mean, we still got the green footprint. So yeah, this was a beautiful footprint confirmation on the lower and the higher. Beauty. Oh, I love this shit. Good job, Steve. Good job, AP. All right, let's run a poll here. Start a poll. Who is green for the day? Green Red. Star pole. Let's hear it, Signal members. Let's hear it, YouTube members. Let's see who's red, who's green today. Green, nice. Green, green. Good job, Keith. All right, so I got nothing on this shaded area there. Did say I didn't like that. Didn't like this little wiki right here. Oh, now I got this little area to contend with. What was my issue here? This guy right here. This is what we got to be really careful with on this in this next area. Condense that a little bit. Be right back. Gotta use the washroom. I know I said I was going to go to the bathroom, but I just want to show you something in gold here. So remember how I said that was like my secondary reactionary point right here was a 4629. We missed it there by a couple of ticks, but look how strong that reaction was right there. Where the hell did my TP2 go? What the heck? Where did my TP2 go? Well, right now what they left unbalanced is right here anyways, so I guess I can mark that guy off. TP2. Now be very careful of this because this did sweep that volume that was sitting right there, so just be really careful. Okay, now I'm going to the bathroom. Okay, I'm back. Morning, Nate. Nice, Key. 25 points. I actually set it to my wrong ATM. I did set it to the 15-point ATM. Shit, we did get a nice little reaction there. Son of a gunner. What was I saying? I set it to my 3-contract ATM. My 4-contract ATM has a 15-point TP1 and a 20-point TP2, which actually would have worked out really nice because I knew that this area on the NQ down here was an area that they would want to tap into, obviously. Get rid of that, get rid of that. And kind of see what's going to kind of go on here. All right, let's end that poll. Nice, 77% of you guys are green today. That's fantastic. And I know my service signal members can't get into the poll, but I see a lot of green on the board. John, no. Only posted signals. Trust me, I wish I could have a way of logging all that stuff, but that's not really fair. Let's go. What a great morning. Love it. Guys, if you haven't hit the like, the likes have been anemic on the YouTube stream. I know a lot of people now are just watching on the portal service. I did reduce the lag on YouTube. Hopefully, you know what? Let's run a little test since I've got so many of you guys on here now. Let me just run a little test because my lag on my signal service live trading floor is 2 to 3 seconds. And I think on YouTube, it should be now, I brought it down to about 15 seconds. And I could even ratchet that down just a little bit more. I just got to see if the latency, if the computer will handle it, but should. Let me do time. Give me 1 second here. All right, so here's the current time right now, 10:01, 21, 22, 23. You know what, I'm gonna reduce this just a little bit. And then let me move this up so you can also see my bar counter on the current bar. And then you people on YouTube, let me know what the lag is currently. All right, so Steve Future says 5 to 6 seconds. All right, so that definitely worked. So I was able to reduce the latency on the YouTube streams as well, because I know that I had some people complaining that it was like 30, 45 seconds. All right, I got Shali 12 seconds, Greg 22 seconds. So I guess it also might be dependent on your internet connection as well. Let me just see what mine's at right now. Internet speed. Internet speed test. Yeah, mine's blazing fast. 878 megabytes and 320 up. So I mean, it's not on me. So I think I'm gonna go off of the lower lag speed times that I'm hearing, because it might be also dependent on your internet connection as well. I'm in Toronto, if that matters. Well, it matters to me, man. I love that you guys are in, oh, as far as the speed. Like, I love Toronto. I love my Canadian neighbors. But, yeah, maybe, I don't know. Honestly, that's above my pay grade to know how that works as far as the speed's concerned. But yeah, nice little IB setup there. And it's funny because I was the most worried about it today. Yeah, see, I only took it with the 3 contracts there at the 15 points. Now, another thing. No, I guess I don't have to. So again, accounts. My Tradeifys are up 100 and, well, I'm giving you after commissions. So 193, gross is 216. All my PAs are pretty much identical at net of 203.86. My cash is 196.20. And then my 300k eval, that's my leader, is up 2,045. Be nice if you were taking them all in the E-minis, huh? Oh, and I guess I could update my trade counter. That would be 4 winners for today. I don't know if I counted gold. I think I did. Let's take a look at gold. It's crazy, huh? How I had that secondary reaction at the 46.29. Telling you, man. Volume don't lie. And I will put a link to my masterclass, which has gotten very nice reviews. I'm very appreciative of the reviews that I've gotten on that course. It's in the chat. Natural area for there to be a reaction to right at my TP1. Let's see if it's got the legs here. KC left. Oh, you're in AZ. I don't know if we talked about this, but where in AZ are you? My father-in-law's in Surprise. We go up there. Actually, my wife and my 2 daughters are going up for a volleyball tournament. I think in February in Mesa and in Phoenix, I believe. It's a pretty big, it's a national tournament, so I think they have it spread out between like 3 different cities down there. All right, keys in the gold trade, nice. Well, look at that. I mean, that's a nice little banger right there. TP1, TP2. Let's go. I really like how gold reacts too. I don't like the lag on my chart though. That is pure shit. I don't know what the hell's wrong with it, but all right, my YouTube peeps, I think I'm done for the morning. Single members, I'll be on with you guys for another 30-45 minutes here, answer some questions that you might have and look at any type of setups, especially this one that's coming up here to the top side, even though I'm very happy with the green that I'm in today. If you are in the green, stay in the green. If you're in the red, take one more shot at maybe getting out of the red. If you're flat's okay as well. Stay positive, stay patient, and I will see you guys all here tomorrow morning at 8:30. Friday stream, I will be giving away one volume masterclass course, so stay tuned, or tune in every morning, but tune in on Friday for sure. And if you haven't, the only thing I ask is if you guys please like the stream. I truly appreciate that, or share it with somebody else that you think might get some value out of it. With that, have a great rest of your day and happy trading, everyone.